Hey, good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, depending on when you decide to watch this video. But I'd like to first thank you for volunteering and leading a afternoon session during the science kickoff meeting, which is this Wednesday, August 9th. And thank you for facilitating. I know over the summer we talked about a plan, and it hasn't deviated much in your group, where after lunch it will be much like a long PLC session to plan for the first quarter. But I wanted to go over some of the particulars of that afternoon and provide you some guidance along with some of the things I absolutely need to happen in that session. First of all, in this email that you've received, there is an attachment that will have your facilitator assignment. It also will have, um, it'll also have a brochure, and it should also have I have a PowerPoint. It's only about 3 slides, nothing elaborate, and facilitator assignments. So just to make sure that you remember what room you're supposed to be in. Before I dive into all those particulars, I wanted to go over a technical aspect that I just came to light. I'm realizing that many of you have probably, or hopefully, maybe not all, but you've received an upgrade in your laptop, and if you have you plugged it into a projector yet? It might have been your classroom projector, and it was plugged in through a docking station. Well, I'm going to say first, you probably go ahead and plan on bringing this docking station unless you have an adapter to go into a VGA cord from the wall, because this will just be the quickest and easiest way, just to plug into your own docking station. As you know, this has an HDMI to your computer, and then there's the VGA dock back here to take the cord from the wall and put it in. That'll be the quickest and easiest way to solve this problem. But if you have an upgraded computer and forget your docking station, then I have a number of these to hand out. This is a USB to VGA adapter. Problem with this is it requires a 15-minute download. It has a driver in it. It will install in our computers without admin rights, but it does take about 15 minutes to install with a restart. So if you're also doing a morning session with your computer, then you'll have that to think about. And I wanted you to just keep that in mind. Prep your bag as you bring your computer that morning. Go ahead and squeeze that not so small docking station, but not as big as the other ones were, into your bag, and make sure that it makes it to the University High School for our pre-planning. And I would just ultimately recommend getting one of these, like HDMI to VGA, and these do not require a driver, and they're pretty easy to use, and I travel with all of them now. So that ends the technical trip through my concerns. But now let me go over the agenda. So in your group, this is the video for the environmental science, anatomy, physiology, marine science, and physics groups. So each of you are a little bit different. So I'm going to probably veer off and give some specific to your course directions. So please listen closely, because some of this applies to all, and some of it will be unique to your course. Let's start off with, when you get into the room, what should you find? Of course, there will be a white box in the room from earlier session in the morning, and in that white box that had the curriculum maps and the change in the curriculum maps, there will be a large envelope, and it's labeled the afternoon session, and then the course that is appropriate for it. Inside this envelope will have some contents. It will have brochures, hopefully enough for everybody, but if you're short, I peek in the classroom near you and see if they have any surplus, because we're just ballparking some of this. It's hard to tell how many to put in each each envelope. There will be these calendars, which basically the same ones that are in the curriculum map, except bigger and freestanding, so that you can scribble all over them. And this session, as you know, was we were talking about, as like kind of a PLC jam session with the teachers in the room. Get to know the people in the room. We have some new hires this summer, and I definitely want to know who our newest to Volusia County teachers are, and that will be captured this way. In each of the envelopes, there's an attendance. This attendance is actually, they'll be guided during the general session to write down their selection for the physics, for the ERPL group. Now, Physics, we're going to plan on just one physics group, but you probably know that in, and anatomy, physics and anatomy, one group, even though we have East and West. So let me show you the schedule. You see that there's East ERPLs and West ERPLs, but if you were physics or anatomy physiology, which I'm going to leave it up to the groups, and I will try to pop in and visit to help you facilitate this part. Talk out when you'll meet. It's my understanding that, and I'll make this clearer during general session if I'm wrong, but if we have our physics group who likes to meet yearly, periodically anyways, that during these ERPLs that they meet, but it might be an advantageous move to alternate rather than always being on the west side because our facilitator is on the west side, but to be open to maybe do every other east west just to compensate for the travel. Same for anatomy physiology, potentially alternating or some sort of sequence, but get the group discussion on that. How I will capture that, same for anatomy and physics, will be to not only on this will you get everybody's name, their school, and whether they're new to Volusia County Schools or not. And if they are, then I ask for years of teaching experience. That way I can tell if they're a novice new to Volusia County or if they're experienced new to Volusia County. You tend to enhance their support differently. This form is going to be only in anatomy, physiology, and physics because this is a schedule and it would help me to know what you select. So if physics decided to go to the east, west side ERPL in October, and then the east side in November, the west side, and so on. So just kind of circle that, put this sheet and this sheet back into your envelope at the end. Any extra copies in the envelope in the white box, and then the white box out into the hallway. That's generally the directions for all groups. Anatomy, physiology, physics, who have this combined group. Now, marine science, while you'll be meeting in one room, there will be two purple facilitators in that room, and one is the east and one is the west. And so that the group of people that are meeting, there's still going to be an east and a west. And so within the one, excuse me, within the one envelope, there are two sign-up sheets, one for east and one for west. They're not upside down though. They were printed correctly. Those I would like you to turn into this one envelope and then put in the white box, of course, and then turn in at the end of the day. You can just slide in the hallway. We'll come around and get them later. You have 2 hours to be together. It's not 2 hours. It's a little bit less than 2 hours, but I would encourage you to probably wrap it up rather than right at 3 o'clock. Wrap it up around 2:50. Send them or give them the opportunity to go back to the auditorium where we have a raffle. Probably heard me mention about the raffle. We have a raffle, and how are they going to participate in the raffle? Well, in the morning, they're each going to get tickets, and the tickets they'll be able to place into buckets of the prizes of their choice. And then in your yellow envelope in your PLC session, I'm going to slip some of these in there as well. If you'd like to give them out as an award, thank you for being on time, or put them somewhere not too hidden in the host teacher's stuff and make an Easter egg hunt out of it. I don't care. But something just to enhance some of the interaction. And you can use the tickets or not, but then give them some time to rush to the auditorium to drop off their raffle tickets into the buckets of their choice. So what do we have here? Let's see. Oh, crazy. Jeremy's Science Warehouse. We have some of these to give away, some of the electronic balance scales. Oh, these are cool. A few of these to give away, the infrared thermometers. Those are cool. Yeah. This is going to be awesome. Wait till you see this. On October 21st, everyone's going to need one of these. How about a class set? I got 3 class sets to give away. Yeah, it's crazy here. Crazy science. Oh, this is cool. This is kind of fun to play with. I mean, if anything, just play with it. This is electronic conductor ink, and you can draw circuits, like it says, draw circuits, but it's awesome. Here's crazy Jeremy's Science Warehouse. I'm giving this sucker away too. Hey, anatomy, physiology. Drop all your tickets in there. He needs a little repair, but at least it's a set of bones. Probably have a nicer one already, but hey. And then last but not least, this isn't everything, by the way. This is just a small sample of what we're giving away. Last but not least, I wanted to feature this because this is cool. Our favorite astrophysicist, Neil deGrasse Tyson, will be heading here October 18th, and I've got not one, but two tickets. So bring your friend and go, if you win the raffle, to the Neil deGrasse Tyson. All right. So, anyways, that's what I have for you. Really, that session is about getting to know everybody in the room, facilitating some planning for the first quarter, and I will be rotating around. I will potentially Louise Chapman might be heading into environmental science rooms. There's an east and a west room for you, as I think the number of environmental classes and courses have increased, so we're going to anticipate a bigger need for rooms. And she might be rotating into the environmental science during your time a little bit to talk about some of the demos that have been written and correlated. But other than that, if you have any questions, do not hesitate to email me this weekend or Monday, Tuesday. Don't wait till Wednesday, Monday or Tuesday, and I can help you out. But in the morning, first thing we're doing is heading to the cafeteria, get your agenda, check in, and if you need one of those adapters, please let us know at the table with the curriculum maps, and we'll slip you one. But I would prefer you bring your docking station thing, the dock. That would be better. And that is pretty much it. I don't think I showed you the. Did I show you the PowerPoint? I've done enough. This is like my sixth video, so just in case I haven't, that's of course something I went over. This is the agenda just to remind you of what needs to happen. The single most important thing is that sign-in sheet, super duper important. Spend your time, use that calendar if you'd like as a planning resource, and use the secondary science teacher brochure. I don't know if I highlighted that so much, but make sure that that is to aid in discussion with the new teachers. This is a brochure. We were going to make it just for new teachers, and but it ended up being like good talking points and a little bit of a what's going on this year for everybody. But this will aid everybody in some of the changes with Canvas. But you know how we love acronyms. We got a little mostly used acronyms in science there. Some bits of information, our contact information on the back. But anyway, that's what I forgot to go over. So hey, everybody, thank you again for volunteering for the afternoon session. It's going to be great. I'm excited for this year. I think we're going to have an amazing professional development time together, finally getting to work with each other and on science. It's going to be awesome. So see you soon. See you Wednesday.